album.
Obviously, he hasn't. Well, he's changed his mind on it. But yeah, Satanist is one of the best blackened death metal albums ever made. Let's not
really
forget that. And also, this week, sorry, one of my favourite singers and guitarists of all time, Devin Townsend, the legend, has told the tale of his first prostate exam.
Oh, wonderful.
In which he said, now, for those who've never watched a Devin Townsend interview, I think he is an incredibly entertaining and funny man on stage and off. He's a great guy. I am hoping one day I'll get to interview him in person. But the story he tells goes like this. First time I went to a prostate exam, it was a lady doctor. I felt really insecure about it because I didn't want her to stick her finger up my bum. But then she said, have you ever had a prostate exam? I was like, no. And within 30 seconds, I was bent over the stool and she had a finger up my bum. And it was all okay, there's no problem. She said, I peed a lot because I'm high strung, which is probably hard to believe. But that is why your bladder is just, holy fuck, what's going on? And then you just pee a lot. We've all had fingers up our butt. A friend of mine had a candle up his bum. It was a fetish or something. I don't know. Seems weird though. But I guess it's because it's tapered. So... There you go. I mean, the whole video for that interview is on Metal Injection. It'll probably be on YouTube as well. And yeah, just watch Devin Townsend interviews and that. Just see things of him on stage, especially with strapping young lad. He is fantastic. One of the best ones I saw was, it's on YouTube. Basically, they were doing a prog fest because Devin Townsend's solo stuff is very much progressive metal. But a lot of their sort of sounds and sound effects and backing stuff was on a laptop and Windows crashed just as they were about to start their set. So Devin's up there and for 10 minutes he's properly entertaining the crowd. Like, he's an absolute master at it. Honestly, seek that out because he's absolutely brilliant at it. It'll keep you laughing. It'll brighten up your day. He is fantastic. And I am a little bit of a fan.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah. What's this? Tony Iommi insists Black Sabbath's dispute with Bill Ward was over nothing. Cites Bill Ward's health.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. Tony Iommi, obviously being the guitarist of Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
He said, would have been nice to do those last shows with Bill, but it just didn't happen. And it's silly, really, because it was over nothing. Even if he'd have played a couple of shows, it would have been great. Now, the thing is there, before I go any further, is Bill Ward did actually say, even when they'd started the review at the tour, it'd be nice to at least play their last show in London. He never heard back from them.
Oh, bloody hell.
So, it's a bit weird, this. And then Iommi goes on to say, I don't think he quite realised how hard it would have been on him, so he wanted to bring another drummer just in case Bill, who's reportedly had 2 heart attacks in the past 2 decades, ended up saying, I can't do it for a couple of days or whatever, it's too risky to go out and then have Bill say, I can't do it. You have to cancel his show on 70,000 people, whatever it might be. Very hard, but it's not fair on the fans, it's not fair on him. Now, I can understand where Iommi's coming from, but at the same time, if you had the backup drummer, and let's face it, none of Sabbath are in their younger years these days.
No, not at all.
Surely they've got to have medical assistants at the side of the stage, along with the other drummer. Still have the other drummer there, and then if Bill had started feeling the issues, sure he could just pull the other drummer on.
Yeah. That's how it should have been done.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a shame that really. It's a bit of a
you
weird
hear
one.
what Gene Simmons has now said? It's in response to him trying to trademark the horns again.
He doesn't regret it. I know that much.
No. He's literally just said, I can do anything I want to do.
Except for right, decent music.
Except for right, decent music.
Oh dear.
That's it. That's his response to it now.
I'm Napalm Death are releasing a new shirt for Nazi punks fuck off, and all the proceeds will be some of the proceeds, it might be all of them, will be used to benefit the ACLU and the SPLC. I will try and find out what. ACLU is the American Civil Liberties Union, and SPLC is the Southern Poverty Law Centre.
Okay.
Now the shirt themselves has got Napalm Death written on the front with a swastika, Nazi punks fuck off written on the front of it. On the back, the swastika in a crossed out caution sign thing. It says, "You still think swastikas look cool? In the real Fourth Reich, you'll be the first to go."
Nice.
So Napalm Death always out there, still kicking against the pricks, as it were. Really, I think it's safe to say, Napalm Death, even though they don't play that type of music, probably one of the most punk rock bands still around.
Yeah.
You know?
Most punk rock grindcore band ever.
Yeah, it was a strange sentence to say.
It really is.
Let's have a look.
I will say with the swastika on, I know on the back it's been crossed out, but with the one on the back, if you're in a country where they don't speak English and they don't know who Napalm Death are,
you would still know what that meant.
What's that?
You would still know what it meant, though. You know, with the cross on the back, the swastika crossed out. So.
Is it crossed out on the front as well?
No, but it's. I think a lot of countries know who Napalm Death are.
Yeah, they do.
And really, if people did question the front of the shirt, you've only got to turn around.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's, let's face it, in the end, the last band in the world who's going to be supporting Nazis is going to be Napalm Bloody Death. So
yeah,
you know. In somewhat boring news, Hatebreed are looking to tour their first two albums. I find Hatebreed to be one of the most boring bands in the world I've ever heard. But
yeah, I'm not a fan
that's
of
my own personal opinion. What's going on? There's Elvati review there. I watched an interview with Tom Araya of Slayer yesterday on YouTube. He loves playing live. He loves making music, but it's still seeming very shaky from the sound of it on another Slayer album happening.
Right.
Or if it does happen, I don't know if it will be him involved, because he said the guy suffers from sleep apnea. I mean, he has problems breathing while asleep.
Yeah.
So he gets about 2 to 3 hours sleep a day while on tour. He can't sleep on the tour bus. He has to sleep once they get to the venue.
Oh, Jesus.
He's not in good shape, Tom Araya. Not for touring anymore. And he says, literally, he loves playing live, he loves the fans, he loves everything about Slayer, but the touring now, it's doing him in. He can't anymore.
Yeah.
So this tour they're doing now, it wouldn't shock me if it was the last tour with Tom Araya.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you
want,
want,
be a shame.
Yeah, it would, but again, Slayer, they're getting on. Slayer, Megadeth, Metallica, Anthrax, Testament, they're all getting on now. So they're all going to start probably ending at some point. So yes, yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the next. I reckon over the next 10 years, the metal landscape as to who's leading it and seen as the big four, or whatever, will have completely changed.
Oh god, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Well, just in general, who the headliners are going to be.
I mean, first of all, by the end of those next 10 years, the new Tool album will be about to come out.
I think 10 years is still a bit too soon for Tool.
Well, okay. The promotions for the first single will be out.
There you go.
And Metallica may have recorded another album.
It's going to be Lulu too.
Oh God! Can you imagine? Lulu 2 and celebrating the 20th anniversary of St. Anger. how to fuck off Metallica fans with one statement.
I actually want them to do that now.
Thing is,
because it will make them lose their fan base.
as much as I hate admitting this, Metallica are now at such a point that they could, well, they essentially did release 3 albums of utter shit in a row and still be massive.
Yeah.
They won't lose their fan base.
No.
As I say, they released 3 albums of shit. Load wasn't very much liked. Reload was even less liked. And St. Anger was absolutely terrible according to Metallica fans.
Yeah.
So, Death Magnetic even had a 50-50 reaction to it.
It was a half good album.
See, I don't like Metallica for various reasons.
Yeah.
But I will admit they have the odd things that I do enjoy, the odd songs. One, I enjoy that. Disposable Heroes is one of my favourite songs of theirs. And I listened to St. Anger. It's not actually a bad album. It's just not a thrash album.
No, it's more of a nu metal album.
Yeah, it's Metallica does nu metal.
Yeah.
And Death Magnetic, I saw the hate for it. I remember vaguely enjoying it when I listened to it.
Yeah, it's not like a terrible album, but I will say the best track is an instrumental. It's the track without James Hetfield.
Is it called Yeah?
Surprisingly, no.
No, the issue, I think I've said this before, the main issue I've got with a lot of Metallica songs is they carry on the same riff for too long. They make songs stretch out for too long, which is why Slayer are the better band to me, while Megadeth are, because Megadeth are happy to say after 4 minutes, that's it, end.
Yeah, whereas Metallica want to keep a song going for like 7 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, which, when you're not changing up the riff that much, if the riff isn't a good riff in the first place, yeah, it's...
Where a lot of their riffs are very boring.
And then, out of all Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth and Metallica, the one I like the very least is the one who names the song Ronnie. Fuck's sake.
Typical, isn't it?
It's not even a thrash song either, it's a country song.
Wow.
It was on Load or Reload.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, really? Come on. Give me a break. Oh. So I had a mouthful of chocolate then.
Oh, fair enough.
I made how much have they made on their tour? I don't want to know. I'm skint. I really don't want to be made sick with how much made. Oh,
what's that?
Talking of the Load and Reload, some completely mental person has put the Blood and Semen design that was on the Load and Reload albums and put that design and now selling it as a hoodie.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can now literally, if you're that big a fan of Metallica, wear their semen.
Lovely. Oh, lovely.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say on that one. And for those of you who had been trying to work out what the cover of Load and Reload was, yeah, it was Blood and Semen. So
yeah.
Oh dear.
I mean, I think because it's fitting, the only band, if you're a fan of them, whose semen you should be wearing is probably still Panther.
Well, yeah.
Or Rammstein when they used to bring out the giant, massive dick on stage.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Oh dear, I shouldn't keep eating, but anyway. Coming out soon is the Black Sabbath film, End of the End. It's also going to have the live album coming out.
I might have to get that.
Well, I think that End of the End is kind of a mini tour documentary along with the entirety of their last ever concert. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, okay. I know it's being the concert part is being aired screened in some cinemas across the UK.
So if that hits the Odeon in Southend, then I will pay to go and see that. Because seeing that on that bigger sound system would be amazing.
Unfortunately, it's probably just going to be London.
I don't know. The Southend one is showing the Slipknot one. Slipknot tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's 30-40 quid for the tickets. It's only 1 or 2 showings, but yeah, that Southend's doing that.
Cool.
So
I was thinking I'd probably go to it, but that 30-40 quid price ticket is a bit...
Yeah, that was why I was a bit like... that, and I wasn't a big fan of the last 2 Slipknot albums. So really, I'm not enjoying most of the set list.
I'm guessing the set list is mostly the last 2 albums. With a few classics.
Maybe. I think I made the right choice for my personal taste, which was seeing Slipknot back in 1999.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, it was. I could actually still be able to reach out and touch them because it was only Brixton Academy. So.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now, what's exciting news for me? Moonspell are releasing a new album soon called 1755.
Are they really?
Yes. Ooh. Now, the last Moonspell album was absolutely goddamn awesome.
Yeah, it really was.
What's the bloody name of it now? It's gone. It's gone out of my head. But their last album. Now, I'd heard bits and pieces of the Moonspell before, but I'd never heard a whole album until that last one. I finally got around and listened to it because it got sent to me for review, and I loved it straight away. I really did. And now I've got the chance to interview the singer over Skype. He's a very, very nice man. You can see that elsewhere on this channel, or hear it elsewhere on this channel. And if I get the chance to interview him again over Skype or in person, I will be taking that up. I'm just going to try and find out the name of...
Extinct.
Yes.
Last album.
Extinct was absolutely superb.
It
Probably
really
the most goth I've heard, Moonspell, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, actually.
Has to be said, but yeah, some of the songs on there, like Breathe In, Breathe Out, or it was called something else, but yeah, that was an awesome song. Just the whole album. If you've not heard Extinct, hear Extinct. Honestly, you will not regret it. If you like really heavy, I suppose really heavy goth, best way I could describe it.
Probably, yeah. It's
there's a bit of growling, but it's not.
Yeah, it's kind of goth mixed with
industrial
influences of industrial and a tiny bit of melodic death metal in there.
Yeah, definitely. But if that sounds good to you, it sounds better than probably we're making it as well.
Yeah, we're probably making it sound
like a pile of old wank.
Yeah, it's a fucking amazing album.
1755 is the name of the new album. I'm going to see if I can find the release date for it, because I might have it in
November 3rd.
Oh, there we go. My research team there in the background sorted it out. Oh dear.
One of my nicknames at work is Siri.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. But I forgot they were assigned to Napalm.
Yeah, which is better for me.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the other thing I wanted to address as well. Who is from the UK, or they've had some success in America. Who remembers Vex Red?
Not me, if I'm honest.
No.
What's that? Possibly.
Done a song called Starbucks that was all over Kerrang in the early 2000s.
Then I probably do know that one.
And Hell is for Heroes.
I know that one.
Well, Hell is for Heroes are coming back. They're doing a tour next year in February. They've just announced a second London show, and supports will be and Vex Red. And it's like, that is a bill that is free of the bands I spent most of the early 2000s listening to. So I will be
I'm guessing you're going.
I'm trying to. I would like to, because I only saw once, and that was opening for The Offspring back in 2001.
Oh, okay.
and that was at Wembley Arena, so they looked about as big as a speck of dust. But
yeah,
Vexred I never got the chance to see because they released one album, done about 3 tours, and then disappeared. I never got to see Hell is for Heroes, sadly, either, and I loved their first album. So, for those who haven't heard Hell is for Heroes, think of a post-hardcore band, make it slightly more commercial than what you're thinking, and you've got Hell is for Heroes. Really, really good English band that didn't get the love they should have got at the time. So, yes. And we're up to date on the news in the old metal. I mean, the only other news that's happened today here in England is Bruce Forsyth is dead.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's a bit of a shocker, really.
It is. I thought it looked like he was never gonna topple.
No, but he hadn't been on TV for a while.
That's true, but he has had pneumonia.
Oh, has he? Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. The hell? Oh, some programs I was going to say, sorry. I was looking at WWE thing. And it said, first episode date 2004. I was like, no, it was going for longer than that. We'll go back to the wrestling for a bit now. What is your thought on... Because it was obviously done because they now have Indian investors. But what is your thoughts on Jinder Mahal as a champion? Oh, that's an interesting reaction.
I'm not too sure what I think, if I'm honest. I mean, I'm glad they're no longer pushing him just in the background.
Yeah.
Like they was doing for a long time.
But do you feel they brought him up a bit too soon because he happens to be Indian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that feeling. I watched one match and he's not a bad wrestler, don't get me wrong. Not quite sure he's ready for championship status. And
not world championship anyway.
And he's really not good on a mic.
No, he's not.
Really not good on a mic. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd be absolutely terrible on a bloody mic, but yeah, he's got a long way to go until he's a Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's going to lose it this SummerSlam.
Yeah, I do as well. Who's he up against?
I think he's up against Reigns. That's the only worrying thing.
Oh no.
Actually, I'll get that up. I will get the SummerSlam card up.
Yeah, I'm about to do that as well.
Actually, you get the SummerSlam card up. I'll get the NXT one up. We're all professional here, people. Oh, there we go, match card. Just in case anything's had any changes for the match card.
They do have a habit of changing them.
Well, some of them are due to, obviously, injuries or people suddenly deciding they want to leave the company. So
yeah, that's true.
Reloaded roster. It's strange that Drew McIntyre has been put onto booked NXT Takeover so soon after returning. Because he's only had 2 matches.
Yeah, that's true.
Of which you've only seen one, because one of them was on the last NXT that you've not watched yet.
Yeah.
But you know, you already know
one.
what match that is, I think. I think you already know what match that is. I'm trying to think if... yeah, because Bobby Roode helped set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it's an interesting match, that one. So
it is, yeah. Right, so for SummerSlam, you've got Randy Orton versus Rusev.
Ooh. Unfortunately, as much as I'd like Rusev to win, I'm going to give my predictions here, if you want to give yours as well. Much as I'd like Rusev to win, it's got to be bloody Randy Orton. Yeah,
it's going to be Randy Orton. They just like letting Randy Orton win.
Yeah, he's got to turn into the boring John Cena, and John Cena, when he was a champion all the time, was not exactly the most electrifying person in the world. No, I think that's why I stopped watching wrestling, actually.
Because it was all John Cena.
Yeah, and I was... The Undertaker weren't on that much, and literally I just found TNA and ended up I actually enjoyed TNA. Sometimes for how bloody awful it was, but also because sometimes you've got some really good stuff on there.
there are some really golden moments in TNA.
I've got to say, a lot of people don't give TNA as much. Like, yeah, it was terrible in a way, but there was some proper good stuff on there. The fact that they gave AJ Styles a career, you know, or helped give AJ Styles, gave AJ Styles a TV career, I should say.
Yeah.
You know, along with Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Without TNA, I don't know if Samoa Joe would have made it to WWE.
That's true. Actually, that's a really good point.
Well, he wouldn't be there now. He'd still be on NXT right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Who else is I was going to say playing then.
Naomi versus Natalia.
I don't think who Natalia is. Natalia.
She's one of the Hearts.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a look which one she is. Oh, hang on, yeah.
Yeah, the niece to
Bret Hart.
Yeah, that's it, Bret Hart. I forgot his fucking name then.
Is she the one I'm thinking she is? Because there's two women in WWE. I'm going to sound slightly sexist here. That are rather bountiful in the chest area. I'm trying to work out if Natalia's the one I'm thinking of.
It's either her or Dana Brooke.
I'm thinking of Dana Brooke. I don't think I've seen Natalia wrestle. And Naomi's the one who comes out with the neon green hair and everything, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, one of her moves is she just like jumps up in the air and slams her ass in your face.
There's worse ways to die. Well, I'm sounding like such a proper male here. No offence to any women listening to this, or whatever gender you are. I mean no offence by all this, but I'm a perv. So
at least you're honest about it, Ron.
I think people know by now anyway.
Yeah, we do.
Also, as good as the wrestlers are in WWE, the way they dress them sometimes, it is like you've blatantly trying to make this woman show as much flesh as possible.
Oh god, yeah.
So, oh dear. Who's Brock against?
Good question. I'm gonna find out.
See, with Naomi and Natalia, Naomi's only had the title since WrestleMania, hasn't she?
I think so, yeah.
It might change hands.
It might do, because they done a similar thing with Becky Lynch. She had the title for a little while.
Yeah.
For like a little push, and then they gave it to Alexa Bliss.
See, the thing is, I've not watched Natalia wrestle. I've only seen Naomi once, and that was WrestleMania, so I can't overly judge on that one.
Yeah, I'm having trouble myself. I've watched them both wrestle quite a few times, but
I mean, with WWE, they got to keep it on Naomi, and the reason I'm saying that is because of the. What I'm about to say could sound very bloody controversial, so cause I'm trying to think of the best way to kind of word this. Because I mean, no offense by this at all, but with WWE and the way they've had a lot of been accused of a lot of things, including stuff said by a certain Mr. Hogan, and considering racial tensions in America right now, I don't think they want to be giving the title to Natalia.
So, especially this quickly.
Yeah, I think, and from what I could see, they've been giving Naomi quite a few promos for this match. So
yeah, they have.
I'm not saying they're giving it to Naomi just because Naomi happens to be black, because I know that's how it sounds. But it's
I know what you mean.
It's more a case of maybe they just don't think Natalia's ready for it. I don't know how long Natalia's been in it. So
a little while, but I don't think she's champion
also
material.
who gets the better crowd reaction out of the two?
Naomi does.
Naomi's keeping it then.
Yeah.
In the end, whoever gets a better crowd reaction and sells more merch, they're probably gonna win it.
That's true, actually.
So,
I mean, in a sense, Natalia does, because she has the exact same intro music as Bret Hart.
Yeah, but that's probably more for the intro music than anything else.
Exactly. They're probably hoping that Bret Hart's going to appear one day.
Well, he used to. He did for a bit, didn't he? And he's disappeared. So, yeah.
When Ric Flair used to interrupt every match with Charlotte.
Yeah. I mean, I know what I've said about why they might be making her keep it as well. That might be part of it, but I didn't mean that be as controversial a statement as it might end up being. So.
No, I knew what you meant.
But
let's just see what the internet thinks.
Yeah, there was no real other way I could put that, really. But yeah, it's one of those things, and I don't think WWE wants any more public relation nightmares after the Hulk Hogan thing that they're still reeling from. And if they do get Hulk Hogan back, God, why?
So he can scream "brother" at everyone again.
Bollocks to that. If you want someone screaming "brother," just dig up the corpse of bloody what's his name? Who's part of the famous tag team with Hulk Hogan?
Oh, the NWO. Oh.
No, not NWO. The Mega Powers. What's his name? What's his bloody name? Wears glasses. Dark sunglasses. Was bearded.
Randy Savage?
That's it, yeah.
Just somehow bring Randy Savage back.
Your mic's gone a bit funny, by the way, man. I don't know if you've moved it or something.
No, I might have caught it or something.
Oh no, there we go. Yeah. The quality went down a little bit.
I might have knocked a wire or something.
Possibly.
Yeah. What's the next match? Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks.
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
Is it a title match?
It's a title match, yeah.
Who's got the title at the moment?
Alexa Bliss.
I reckon Sasha will get it back.
Yeah, they might do where they used to do the back and forth between Sasha and Charlotte.
Yeah, because at the moment, if I've got the right woman, at the moment Harley Quinn's not got the hype. Well, there's no hype for the Harley Quinn, so Alexa Bliss doesn't have anything they can use to help promote her.
Yeah, not at the moment.
Until Suicide Squad 2 comes out.
I mean, when she was on SmackDown Live, because they done the thing where they swapped a few of the superstars over.
Yeah.
When she was on SmackDown Live, she got a better reaction then than what she has been getting on Raw.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is really interesting. It's really weird. Yeah, I can see Sasha winning that one.
Yeah, good to keep her position as the boss. So, yeah.
But the weird thing about that booking was it kind of last minute.
Right.
It's like they almost forgot to write in who's going against Alexa Bliss, and then out of nowhere, it's just Sasha's doing it.
They probably did forget. Either that, or was that? I wonder if that was originally meant to be Bayley, and then Bayley got injured.
Oh, it could have been.
Because I know Bayley's off at the moment with injury, isn't she? So
yeah, for quite a while.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame, but with the way they've been booking Bayley, they've been kind of killing it. So maybe Bayley being away for a while means they can reset her character back to being
Bayley. Back to being Bayley.
Yeah. Which I've got to go back in my NXTs to see Bayley wrestle, because as soon as I get the network, Bayley's off with injury. So bloody typical, isn't it?
I know, the timing.
I know.
This is a weird one. Big Show versus Big Cass. Because Big Cass and Enzo Amore are no longer a tag team.
Enzo Amore's apparently got a lot of heat on him at the moment with WWE for some reason.
Yeah, I've heard about that. But Enzo is now like half teamed up with Big Show.
Right.
Yeah.
Enzo's great at entering, but I don't think he's fully grown into his character as such yet with the wrestling. With
the promotion, with as you said, with the entrance and like with the promotions, it's quite good. But he does seem to slip out of character when he's wrestling.
Yeah, that, and he's a Jersey Shore motherfucker, so.
Yeah.
So I quite like Big Cass, but at the same time, I'm going to give that the Big Show.
Yeah, I was going to give it to Big Show, but again,
this has got to be. I swear originally the rumours were that Big Show was retiring after bloody Royal Rumble this year. So
yeah,
to hear that he's still going, I mean it'll still be his last year of wrestling, so they're gonna build it up to him winning one more title.
Yeah.
And then he will go out on his back like Undertaker did to push a new talent.
Yeah.
Because he's probably got the same sensibilities as Undertaker did, which is when you leave, you go out on your back to use your momentum to push a new talent. So, yeah.
Yeah. Next one is the Demon versus the Eater of Worlds, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
I don't mind who wins that one because I like both.
No. Yeah, I don't. I won't be able to choose who I want to win.
It's a pay-per-view. Bray Wyatt very rarely wins pay-per-view matches, so I'm going to go Finn Balor.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
He does all the talking, the build-up's great, and then they book him to lose every goddamn time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he was holding the championship belt for a little while.
Right, as much as I love like Bray Wyatt and his character, for one, Finn Balor's only just come back as well.
After being out for so long.
6 months.
Yeah, after just coming up to main roster.
Yeah, so
they will probably get Balor to win.
Yeah, Finn Balor, and you know what? Fair play.
Yeah.
The Demon versus the Eater World. Yeah. That's going to be a very dark match to watch people come into the ring for.
Yeah.
Either that or Bray Wyatt will win by interference from the Wyatt family.
Yeah, could be that. They do make an appearance every now and again.
Just
the Wyatt
please,
family.
WWE, no projector.
Oh God.
None of this voodoo shit. Just let Bray Wyatt wrestle and be creepy by doing his spider thing. Yeah. You know, he's quite perfectly absolutely fine being creepy by just draping himself in the corner and all that. He doesn't need the 1950s special effects. The guy is good enough by himself. Let him be himself.
Or when they flash all those edgy images up on the screen and then he's disappeared. It's like
or the hologram.
It's good during promos.
Or the hologram. Don't forget the hologram.
Just never mention that hologram again.
But I thing is, I like his intro thing with all the images in it, just going, "Damn!" For some reason, I like that. But
no, yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, when they do that, and they do that, the whole thing is just disappeared out of nowhere. During promos, that's it's good during promos, but when they do it during a match, it's it is a bit much.
The only way it would work during a match is if he done it and he had money in the bank.
Yeah,
that would work.
That would be really good, actually. I remember one when they bought was it when Luke Harper finally came back? They done that whole thing, and when the lights came back on, it was Luke Harper standing there instead of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
that was a good way to bring Luke Harper back.
Yeah, I mean, if say next year, Money in the Bank's been this year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say next year, Bray Wyatt wins Money in the Bank, and then give it a month or something before he cashes it in. So you have the massive match, a massive match at pay-per-view for the title, and just pluck it out there. Say it's like Roman Reigns and AJ Styles, and AJ Styles beats Roman Reigns because please beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But he's knackered, and then lights go out. You get that, the bet, and suddenly Bray Wyatt there with the Money in the Bank cashing it in. Does AJ Styles. Done it.
Yeah.
That could work.
That could work really well.
But yeah, just or even better, Roman Reigns not even be in the title picture.
There's also that. That would be even better.
That would be amazing. Even putting Roman Reigns down to fucking NXT for a while just to improve his mic skills, and that might be a better option.
Yeah, he does. He does need to be better on the mic.
Yeah, Because there's other people who've been suggested for maybe would benefit from going back to NXT. So
yeah.
Because what I've noticed is SmackDown and Raw seems to have more botches than bloody NXT does.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that.
It's fucking awful. It's like, hang on, so these are the guys you've brought up, and yet, even Big Show as well. It's like, he's been wrestling for 10, 15 years for you, and he's still botching. Come on. You know? I mean, well done to him, because he lost a lot of weight this year, but still, Jesus Christ. Well, I say he lost a lot of weight. He lost a lot of weight, but he grew a beard, so I think he just transferred it. But, yeah, it was a bit interesting, that.
Yeah. Next match for SummerSlam after that is Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
I think now's the time to give it to Shinsuke.
Yeah, definitely. They have to just do something with him. Because
even though they've got the Indian investors, which is why they go to Jinder, the truth is, even Indian investors have got to sort of turned around at some point and gone, we're already invested in your company. We don't need you pandering to us.
Exactly.
We bought you because, well, we started investing in you because we liked what you were doing.
Yeah.
Except, in Indian. Because if they spoke with a South Essex accent, you'd be a bit concerned. I
now want Jinder Mahal to come out and he starts talking in an Essex accent.
To be honest with you, when he first opened his mouth, I was expecting a Cockney London accent. I don't know why. He needs to learn to speak louder.
He does.
I had issues hearing him. And the two blokes he has with him, I don't know what they're there for.
No, neither do I. Can't remember who the hell they are.
Nor do I. What he needs is he needs his own Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
Really. So,
but just not Enzo Amore.
I don't know. Enzo Amore might actually work with him.
It might do, actually.
You know? Because I can't think of anyone else you can stick Enzo with. Big Show, it's not going to work.
No,
Big Show's too...
That's going to end very quickly.
Yeah, Big Show's too big a superstar, literally and figuratively, to need a mouthpiece like Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd be like, I don't know, for instance, having Nikki Cross be the mouthpiece for fucking Andre the Giant. Yeah. And I like Nikki Cross, but it just wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't at all.
But I didn't realise I had to check earlier how short she was, because seeing her stood next to the rest of Sanity last night, I was like, how short are you? Like, surely these people were not all 7 foot tall. So...
Yeah.
Christ almighty. So, yeah. Who's Roman Reigns against then?
I'll get to that one last.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So after Jinder Mahal and Nakamura,
yeah,
John Cena versus Baron Corbin. I'd like to see Baron Corbin win, but they're probably going to give it to Cena.
I don't know. Cena's not...
It depends on what they're doing with Corbin, because they do use Cena now to, if they want to push someone, they put them against Cena and get them to win to make them look like, oh, they've beaten John Cena, they must be good.
I think they'll do that because Cena's not going to be around that much because he's off doing the film.
That's true, yeah.
So
they do need to push Baron Corbin.
They'll do that, and then maybe Cena will get in kayfabe injured, and then he can be off doing the film.
That's a good point, actually.
So, yeah, there'll be that. Or maybe AJ Styles will run him.
Yeah.
So, I've never really watched a SummerSlam before, so I don't know if they usually have any surprises with new arrivals coming in.
Not usually with new arrivals.
Right, fair.
Sometimes it's when they have like a big return come back. Like last year they had.
Oh God, it'll be Hulk Hogan.
Oh God, no. But last year they had the return of Nikki Bella.
Oh right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Are they still going? Because they've disappeared for a while, haven't they?
Brie Bella's a mother.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Yeah, with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And Nikki Bella had that neck injury for a long time. If you knew about that.
No, I have a feeling Brie Bella might not come back.
No, Bree's said she ain't going to come back. But
right.
Nikki, she broke her neck quite a long time ago. She was told she was never going to wrestle again.
Yeah.
Originally, but she just went against that and kept training.
Saying that, Nikki and Brie have still been doing their show on the network because the new one was put up last night.
Total Bell or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, something like I don't know. I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, same. That and Total Divas.
So even though the one who's had the kid with Daniel Bryan might not actually wrestle anymore, she'll still be part of the network.
Yeah, she's still going to get money from the WWE.
Yeah. Which is probably the other reason Daniel Bryan's managed to push them into letting him wrestle again.
Yeah.
So even though he's well, I need to be away from the kid. just I need to get away. I need a break.
That baby is driving me insane.
Why was the baby born with a beard?
The baby came out saying no.
Oh dear. There's some fantastic imagery for people.
There is.
Oh dear.
The next match that I'm looking forward to is Cesaro and Sheamus versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Hang on. So it's that again because the bloody advert decided to pop up on the channel on the thing.
It's Cesaro and Sheamus versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, now that's a hard one to predict.
Because they have been teasing for a long time, they could be partly reforming the Shield just without Roman Reigns.
So basically, how the Shield was meant to be in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
when the Shield was
not Punk's first choice.
No, I mean when the Shield was around, Reigns hardly said anything anyway. He was supposed to be like the muscle of the tag team.
Yeah.
And then Seth was the mouth, and then Dean was just Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Basically.
Fair play. If they do reform the Shield, they'll get a third one in. I just don't know who.
Yeah, it'll be tough to think who it would be.
I reckon it'll be someone they bring up from NXT.
It could be.
But male competitors wise on NXT, apart from Bobby Roode, I'm not entirely sure who else to bring up at the moment.
No, neither am I.
Apart from Aleister Black, actually. But he won't fit the Shield.
I don't think it would fit the Shield at all.
Nah. Cassius Ohno, great wrestler, but I have a feeling until he's got more of a six-pack or something like that, Vince McMahon won't let him come up to the main roster.
Yeah, Vince McMahon still somewhat obeys his vision.
Yeah. You've got to
which
look
is not a PC vision at all.
No, you've got to look like a Greek god, basically.
Which is why, essentially, yeah.
Which is why I have a feeling Velveteen Dream won't be in NXT for too long.
Yeah.
Because, one, that guy can wrestle, and two, he's 7 foot and has the kind of body that Vince McMahon likes his wrestlers to have.
Oh God, yeah.
So, yeah. Velveteen Dream or Bobby Roode, I reckon, will make their appearance in proper WE next WrestleMania.
If it's not before then, it will be definitely by WrestleMania.
Yeah. Probably more likely Bobby Roode because he's more experienced,
and he's more glorious.
Yeah, you bastard. But it depends on if Roode is still with the company by then. Same with Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
They might have gone on to other things. Velveteen Dream might have gone off to Ring of Honor or something by then.
He could do, yeah.
So depends how long before he gets bored, really.
Pretty much, yeah.
or before he gets sued for basically being Prince. So yeah.
Who do you reckon? Who do you reckon you're gonna give that match to? It's a hard one.
Well, I never saw the Shield, so
right.
Is it for
I think
tag team title or anything, or?
I think tag team title. Cesaro and Sheamus hold it. I think if
they're going for the Shield, it'll go to Seth Rollins.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's going to get a massive reaction.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go Seth Rollins. Because Seth Rollins, everyone loves him still right now.
Yeah.
So, as same like Dean Ambrose has been really sort of getting more and more popular over the last year or so.
Since he got the championship at Money in the Bank last year, definitely.
Yeah, so
especially the way that he won it.
I'll go with that. They'll form another version of the Shield, who will then probably at some point attack Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So that's my prediction on that one. So are there any other matches, or is it the match
There's two more.
Right.
The next one is AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens.
Ooh. Oh. I want to say Styles. I want to say Styles, but
people do really like Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Is he currently heel or face though, Owens?
Heel. It is a tough one.
It is, but Styles hasn't got a title at the moment, has he?
No, I think it's just a like a feud match.
Hang on a minute. I'm doing the dishwasher's job.
Bloody adverts. I'm going to go with Styles.
Yeah, I'll probably go Styles. Interestingly, that I've just read, Shane McMahon is the referee on that one.
Interesting. Why?
Yeah, that's what I just thought.
Why? So that's suggesting possible shenanigans.
It's going to probably suggest that Kevin Owens is going to win.
Maybe. Or Shane McMahon's going to get involved somehow.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I don't get why he's...
I was going to say, has there been no build-up as to why he's the referee?
Not that I've seen. But I am 2 weeks behind on SmackDown Live.
There might be something on that then.
Yeah.
Might be something on that. Because he's running SmackDown, isn't he, Shane?
Yeah.
So, it might just be a case of, because during the last 2 weeks there's been interference in each other's matches.
Yeah.
He said, like, just to make sure, I'll be the referee before it can go down clean. So, because I can't see him siding with either because he's running the bloody company.
Yeah, so, if he sides with anyone as the owner, it's not going to look good.
Yes.
And then we get to the match, which is the main event.
Right.
Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns.
Is this the one where Brock Lesnar said if he loses he leaves WWE?
Yeah. Well, Paul Heyman said it.
Yeah,
Brock holds the Universal Championship. It's for the Universal Championship.
Brock's leaving because I know he's not happy with WWE.
Yeah, so Brock's not going to win.
Brock's going back to UFC again, I think.
Yeah.
Unless something has changed over the last couple of weeks.
But with knowing Brock, he wants to go to UFC because he can do actual damage there.
Yeah.
He is a fucking monster.
As long as he does Suplex City at least 10 times on Roman Reigns, I'm alright. Bear in mind that I have not watched much wrestling for years, and even I know Roman Reigns is shit.
Says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. I really don't understand what Vince McMahon sees in him. I don't even think Triple H is behind Roman Reigns, to be fair.
It doesn't seem that way.
Who are the other ones? It was Braun Strowman and
Samoa Joe.
As much as I'd like Samoa Joe, I'm gonna go Braun. I'm gonna go Braun Strowman.
I'm torn between Braun and Samoa.
The reason I'm saying Braun Strowman is we basically know that Brock, because you've got to say it with 7 R's, is pretty much leaving unless something major's changed. They need a new monster.
That's very true.
Braun.
And I suppose if you do follow NXT, we know that Samoa Joe is that he can wrestle.
Yeah, well, I know
he doesn't need a push.
I know that from TNA as well. So.
Oh, and yeah.
And since this is for the Universal Championship, Samoa Joe will probably within the next 6 months be put up for the World Heavyweight.
That's very true, actually.
So, I reckon Braun Strowman, he will take out Brock. He will take out Brock will take out Reigns, and then Braun Strowman will suffocate the other guy with his beard. So
I can see something like that happening actually.
Well, maybe if it was Mick Foley, definitely it'd be a suffocation by beard.
Oh my god, yeah.
Or Mr. Socko.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
Mr. Socko was the best wrestler.
What I'm hoping is if there is people coming back at SummerSlam, I keep going to call it the wrong bloody pay-per-view. I'm really hoping Alberto Del Rio ain't coming back.
Oh, yeah, I hope not as well.
I've never seen him wrestle, but from what I've heard about the way he treats any woman he's with, I fucking don't want him back.
Yeah, no.
Same as Brock. I lost a lot of respect for Brock when I heard about his comments about gay people.
Yeah, I did as well.
So, for those who don't know, Brock, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but he come out saying, I don't care for gay people. I don't like them.
Something like that, yeah.
And yeah. Obviously, it weren't anywhere as near full blown bad as a certain brother, but you know.
Do you mean a certain brother?
Yeah. The man who made a career and couldn't wrestle a day in his life. Even back in the 80s when wrestling weren't as technical as it is now, he still couldn't bloody wrestle.
No, I mean, they say the highlight of his career was when he managed to lift Andre the Giant at WrestleMania. What was it, 3?
Yeah, but you watch that back. He's struggling then.
Yeah, but as well, he also done that many times after
and many times before.
Exactly.
It was just not televised. So
yeah,
it's not a big deal. I never actually liked Hulk Hogan as a wrestler, even when I was younger. It's got to sound like, oh, you would say that because you're a goth, but I weren't, obviously, when I was younger. I was always about Sting for WCW.
Yeah.
I was always Undertaker.
Yeah.
And watching Undertaker leave this year was heart-wrenching.
It really was.
Fucking hell. And
I'm really going to miss Undertaker.
The way they dragged that out as well, as great as it was like, you're killing me. You're killing me. I've grown up with that man for the last 20 years. You know? You're killing me.
I've watched all of the WrestleManias over time.
Yeah, see, the worst part is...
Watching his streak.
Watching
the streak end.
Yeah, worst part is you've got to watch... Well, you've just seen the streak end again, I'm guessing, with Natalie.
Yeah.
So she's seen the infamous black man.
Yeah.
Yeah, who I use for some of my That Metal Station adverts. And now you've got to go through the gut wrench of seeing The Undertaker leave again.
Unfortunately, I have, yeah.
Which,
oh, God, I can't do it.
Nah. It's just the way... what got me was when he was leaving the ring and then he just come back in and put his coat in the middle of the ring. That got me.
Yeah, that's what hit me as well. Hit me most.
Because nothing had been... If I remember rightly, it was rumoured that last year was when he was leaving, then it didn't happen. And then, this year, there wasn't even a rumour. It was just like, we don't know.
Yeah.
And then
they had that moment.
Yeah. That as soon as he got back in the ring, that was when it's like, shit, this is it. He's going. And the fact that he went and spoke to his family was from what I remember, the only time he's ever broken kayfabe. Ever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then, admittedly, it was perfectly done when he descended back into the ramp as well. That was spot on.
It really was.
Surprised the urn didn't come back, actually.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I would have thought he would have pulled out the urn from under the stage or something and put it with his coat and his hat. But,
yeah,
you know, saying that, I'm not surprised he's gone, because ever since his streak ended, even the streak match where he got concussed, I think he weren't wrestling as good as he used to.
No, he wasn't, to be fair.
You could see he was struggling. He was struggling. Yeah. That last match with, was it Randy? No, it wasn't Randy, was it?
No.
Oh no, it wasn't Roman Reigns, was it?
It might have been that one. That might have been his last match.
I think it was, you know.
Yeah.
Because there was points in that where you could see he was physically struggling again.
Yeah.
Which was even worse for me, because it's like, shit.
I mean, the guy is 52.
Yeah, the fact that he's gone this long, never broken kayfabe, remained loyal to WWE, and you know, still getting in there and everything. Although I do now wonder when he goes down the shops, they have to fill the entranceway with smoke and start playing the death toll, you know.
That would be great.
Oh man, but yeah, he's I can see him being in the Hall of Fame next year.
Oh god, he has to be in the Hall of Fame.
If not next year, it's got to be over the next couple of years, surely. The man's like, well, of all the WWE legends who haven't shot themselves in the foot, he's got to be the number one. Fucking hell, surely.
Oh god, yeah.
You know.
Who went to Hall of Fame this year? I can't even remember.
Kurt Angle.
Oh, was it?
It was Kurt Angle, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who's just a sexy Kurt, he'll make your ankle hurt. Last year was... Oh, what's his bloody name? Snooker, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Because it was just before the things come out that his wife had died from injuries that were very, very telling of domestic abuse or something.
Oh wait, no, last year was Sting.
Oh yeah, of course it was.
Yeah.
Because I was gutted about that Sting had to retire after finally coming in WWE, and I think it was Reigns ended his career.
It might have been Seth Rollins with his powerbomb style kind of move where he throws them into the barricade.
Maybe, because I know that's what fucked up Finn Balor.
Yeah.
But again, I watched that 24 with Finn Balor. Finn Balor just keeps saying around again, I don't blame Seth, accidents happen.
Yeah.
And you can see, like, it weren't...
And also the fact that Finn Balor popped his shoulder back in and still finished the match off.
Yeah. I mean, you watch it back, because they show it in slow motion. Yeah. Seth Rollins did nothing wrong, neither did Finn Balor. It was just the way he landed from the momentum is what done it. So there was no way they could have avoided it. And then you see a few shots of Seth Rollins. You can see he actually looks genuinely concerned, even though he's supposed to still do the match.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's amazing how many of these wrestlers actually do have a lot of respect for each other still. So,
if you're wondering when Booker T went in, it was back in 2013.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Booker T was in the Hall of Fame.
Mm.
But then again, we have the Bushwhackers. I don't even remember the Bushwhackers.
No, neither do I.
I was just like, I'm surprised what's their name? I could say I'm surprised they're not in there. They might already be in there. The ones who used to wear the spikes, the red and black spikes.
Oh shit! I know who you
They
mean.
got called the Road Warriors at one point. They were called something else as well because they were basically Mad Max rip-offs.
Yeah.
I don't think they've gone in yet. Surely they've got going.
At some point they have to.
Because they were again and very, very for me anyway, my generation as it were. Hate saying that. Very, very iconic. They were up there with like. If you watch it, if you knew WWE, you knew them, you knew Hogan, you knew Undertaker. You know, it's because they were the guys with the crazy face paint and things.
Also known as the Legion of Doom.
That's it. Yes, Legion of Doom. That's what I remember them as. So.
No, I don't think I'm going through the list. I don't think they're in it.
Nah, Sergeant Slaughter's not in it yet.
Bloody hell, really?
I don't think so.
No, he's not.
I think he's still alive.
Oh no, he is. He is.
2004. Oh, that's better. It's been going for that long. I don't think it'd been going that long.
93. Andre the Giant was the first person in it.
Oh, fair enough. So that would have been. I think that was the year he passed away as well, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say Sergeant Slaughter had to have been in there, surely.
2004. Sergeant Slaughter got inducted.
Hogan's probably been in and now been removed.
He probably was.
Because they were thinking of removing Jimmy Snuka, and they're still waiting. I think they're still waiting on the trial and all that about that case, about what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
Because if it turns out that he did, especially with the Chris Benoit thing, they won't want anything to do with him. He will be rubbed from WWE history, same as Hogan has been.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Although Captain Lou Albano's in it.
Who the hell was that?
He wrestled for WWF. He also played Mario in the Super Mario Brothers show.
Oh God, was he? Oh, I bet you he's the one who looked like bloody Ron Jeremy.
1 second, I'll send you a picture.
Do I really want to see this?
Yes,
are you sending it over Skype or are you sending it over Facebook?
I'll send it over Facebook.
Oh God. Right, it's going to scare the shit out of me then because I've got the volume up, haven't I?
Right. It's scaring me, so I'm going to have to save a picture of this.
Save a picture, then when Natalie's not looking, transfer it to her phone and put it as a wallpaper.
Oh my God, I might have to.
Sorry, Nat.
Or on her profile, she's got on my computer, I'll put it as a background. Right.
Dear.
Almost there. I have Captain Lou Albano as Super Mario.
Yeah, it is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
It is the guy I was thinking of, yeah. Oh, dear. He was Mario, basically.
Yeah.
So.
But I think, reading this, just let me see if that Wikipedia page is right. 2011. Might have lied to me. 1 second. It might have lied to me.
Oh dear.
2011, the Road Warriors were inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Ah, good.
Yeah. Oh
dear. Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter's. I'm surprised Sergeant Slaughter they didn't try and bring him back again at some point.
Yeah, I was as well.
Especially with Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
They would have. You know what WWE's like. They like a good USA versus the world thing. It would have been Sergeant Slaughter versus Jinder Mahal. Although, SummerSlam this weekend, so who knows?
It might happen, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, going back to NXT, who would you like to see on the NXT roster? Obviously, you're a week behind on me at the moment, but no one new's been introduced, don't we? But who would you like to see pushed up to the main roster?
I think the new tag team, I can't remember the name now. Oh.
Street Profits?
That's it, Street Profits.
Yeah.
I think Street Profits
If they continue having matches as good as they have the last 2 weeks, yeah, they're like SmackDown. That got to be really, really in a rush to get them up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they have not got a lack of confidence. It has to be said. So you put them in front of a crowd, and it's just got to go even more off the
Oh god, yeah.
Completely off the hook, as it were. I
mean, one of the main reasons I want to see Bobby Roode bumped up is I want to hear the entire WrestleMania crowd singing "Glorious,"
which would, funny enough, actually be glorious.
It would. You would probably be able to hear that from very far away.
Also, can you imagine the mic face-offs between Bobby Roode and Seth Rollins?
That actually needs to happen right now.
Because Bobby Roode is absolutely incredible on the mic.
Oh, he really is.
Or him and John Cena.
Oh God.
This is why I'm surprised WWE never managed to tempt him away from TNA ages ago.
Yeah.
Because he could be quite happily a mainstay on WWE for years by now.
Oh God, yeah.
Did you say he's only been in NXT for about a year, Bobby Roode?
I think so, yeah, something like that.
Because he's been champion for most of that, from what I can tell. So.
And yeah, joined NXT last year.
Christ. Yeah.
Who else did he wrestle for?
TNA.
Yeah.
Probably. He possibly done Ring of Honor? I don't know.
No. I think it was freelance for a while.
Yeah, probably around the time that TNA was really starting to have its financial issues. So
yeah,
it's around the same time that I imagine Samoa Joe left. So
yeah,
and AJ Styles left while I was still watching it. It was going on a tour around the world with the TNA title belt.
Oh, okay.
Because he took it to he actually took it in the ring with him for matches at Ring of Honor and everything.
Oh,
as
wow.
part of the storyline, yeah. So, because he disappeared from TNA for about 6 months while he was doing all this other wrestling, and then he come back, and then it started going downhill, and yeah, I just couldn't be bothered, basically. And then seeing him come in on the Royal Rumble. Yeah. Well, I would have liked to have seen him come in, but I just saw Roman Reigns looking confused.
Yeah, that's all Yeah, I know, the cameraman did not do a good job there.
No, but that moment, as soon as it said "I am," and then you just saw the phenomenal, it was just like, that reaction was incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible.
Even if all you saw was Roman Reigns.
Well, no, by that point they'd actually got the camera on him just in time for him to do the thing where he flips the hood back and does that. But what I am surprised about is, considering the issues that they had with letting Matt and Jeff Hardy use the thingy gimmick, that they're still letting, that they had no problem with AJ Styles being the phenomenal one still.
Yeah, I know, I thought that as well. Unless TNA was still making money off the Broken Hardy.
Well,
I don't know how, though.
Maybe. Or maybe it's the whole phenomenal name is the trademark right of AJ Styles.
Yeah, it could be, because obviously the Broken Hardys is TNA's doing.
Yeah, it was pretty much made by thing, because this is the first time ever that Matt Hardy is more popular than Jeff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. Although, did they ever explain to people why Matt Hardy now had a white streak through his hair? For those who didn't know about the whole broken thing, because obviously he turns up on WWE. Was it WrestleMania this year?
Yeah, this is WrestleMania.
Yeah, and so he's got a white streak through his hair and looks nothing like he did last time he was in WWE.
Yeah. I don't think they have actually explained that to the WWE fans.
I'll say, because I'll just be looking going, the hell?
I think that's Matt Hardy.
Yeah, so don't know. Could have been worse. Jeff Hardy could have come out with all his face paint on from when he was the enigmatic one or whatever he was called in TNA. So
all the face paint and the pure white contact lenses.
Yeah. So he's doing well though. He's not been fired for drugs yet again.
Yeah.
yeah. There is that. So just a off-side question, man. How long have you been watching wrestling for? Do you sort of come away from it then come back to it again, or?
Yeah, I mean, this year I've only recently got back into it, the last month.
I see you like me, basically.
Yeah. I watched up until probably probably just before Royal Rumble.
Right.
And then I watched the Royal Rumble because the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you like me, last few years, which was slowly getting me back into wrestling because I didn't watch TNA since 2012, 13. And then I think my mate kept going on about Bray Wyatt by the WrestleManias, which would have been 30 or 31. Because we're on 33 this year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was it the Undertaker match?
It might well have been.
That was 31.
But I didn't recognise half the people on WrestleMania because I was like, who the fuck is this? And then the only one I recognised was Undertaker. But anyway,
that's what I was getting back into NXT the past few weeks. I was like, I don't know who you are or you are or you are. Oh, there's Bobby Roode.
I was watching it. I was like, found myself really enjoying it, and then missed the other pay-per-views until because I didn't think there was much point to them until Royal Rumble. Watched that, and then I've been watching that and just WrestleMania, and then this month with the talk of speaking to you and Natalie about it, and then cutting my other mates about wrestling and that, thought, you know what, it's a month free trial, give it a go. Started watching NXT and thought, you know what, this is a hell of a lot better than I remember it being. Yeah. So it's fun again.
It is worth the network is worth that £10 a month.
Yeah, I probably will continue the network. It's a shame I'll still be a month behind everything, but still, at least get the pay-per-views. So
exactly, and at least NXT will be up to date.
Yeah, NXT was literally, I think it was up within an hour after it had been aired. So
I think so. Yeah, and if you prefer the old school era or the Attitude Era, it has it all on there.
I never saw the Attitude Era. Never saw it. Cause
I've watched some of the pay-per-views from the Attitude Era.
Thing is, I never watched WWE properly until 3 years ago, and the reason for that being is because we never had Sky, and it was a Sky thing exclusively, especially during the Attitude Era. So I got into WCW. I know that's all on there, so I might watch my way through them. Because I want to see how the hell they got away with RoboCop. I know that happens. Because I remember WCW last time I'd watched it, which must have been when I was 14. It weren't that silly. So I want to know what happened in the intervening years between me stopping watching it and it closing down. Did RoboCop get involved?
Yeah. They've got all of the WCW up until 2001.
Which would have been when it closed down, surely.
Yeah, that was when it closed down.
Yeah, they've got all the WrestleManias on there, so I'm tempted to watch my way through all of them. I mean,
they've got all of the WWE pay-per-views.
Have they?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
What, all the way back to the beginning of them, or...?
I think probably starting from WrestleMania 1. Yeah,
because I'm gonna watch all the WrestleManias just to see how it goes. I'm sure I've missed some really amazing matches. Does mean I'll end up actually seeing The Undertaker going again, but I know what's coming this time.
Yeah, you are
a bit more prepared
for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think unless there was any pay-per-views before WrestleMania, then
there was WCW.
Of course. They've
Starcade.
got the WCW ones.
Starcade.
They've got all the Starcades.
They've got Starcade, and they've got. I think there was a couple of This Night in Texas or something.
Quite a few. I've got quite a few of them.
It's just a case of you've got to find the names of them to find them, because they're not just laid out on there, unfortunately.
They've also got ECW on there as well.
Yeah, I never saw ECW. I've heard mixed things about it. I know it got, again, as WWE went through a phase of doing, got really bad near the end.
Yeah, it's ECW. You can miss a lot of it.
Isn't most of it Tommy Dreamer in the middle of in the middle of the stage crying and saying thank you for WWE giving him another chance or something?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, yeah. I will probably watch it. I'll probably make my way through it, because it's only a tenner. Might as well.
I mean, if you plan on making your way through a lot on there, that's a lot of fucking hours.
Yeah, I know. I will take regular breaks, don't I? And yeah, we'll watch I'll probably start with just all the WrestleManias. I'll keep up to date with the.
Yeah, that's what I done when I first got it.
With the NXT. Oh, have you watched them all now, or are you still making your way through?
Just got to watch. I mean, Nat's got to watch all of them.
Right.
She wants to watch this year's one, but then I'm going to try and get her to watch all of them.
This year's one was not bad, apart from that Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a good one, to be fair.
Yeah. Although, it was a good one, but it weren't as good as last year. I remember last year being particularly good. Was last year, was that the one where it opened with the ladder match?
So did 31 and 32 both opened with ladder matches. Last year was the one with Undertaker versus Shane McMahon.
It might have been the year before. I'm thinking of. There was one that opened with the ladder match, and it was
the one where Daniel Bryan wins.
Yeah, possibly.
That was 31.
Stardust was in it.
Yeah, that was 31.
Yeah, 31. I remember that. That was the first one where I started watching WrestleManias again.
And that was awesome. Really good WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was absolutely awesome.
And then with Seth Rollins at the end cashing in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that was some of the WWE. I'll give you a lot of shit for your booking, but that was perfect.
Yeah, that is just a classic WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, because that was like, even that was the first match I'd seen Roman Reigns. Even I was there like, don't do this, not him. Yeah. And then to see Rollins running down, I was just like, yes, fucking go for it, son. Don't even know who you are, but go for it.
I was at work. I was at work when Nat was finishing off the DVD.
Yeah.
And then I just got all I could feel was my phone buzzing. I looked at it and it was just like, Seth Rollins has just turned up. He's cashing the Money in the Bank. He's going for the championship. He's won. Oh my god, Seth Rollins just won it.
Yeah, that was
a stream of text that I got. I was waiting for that moment.
That was absolutely perfect. Yeah, that actually made me a fan of Seth Rollins, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that did as well.
Because I could not deal with Roman Reigns winning the championship. So especially at WrestleMania. Funniest thing about that was the crowd, because you could see the crowd were literally fucking ready to riot.
Oh god, yeah.
It. And then just as soon as Roddy's coming, I've never heard such a massive ovation for what was meant to be a heel move.
I know. I remember as well. Did you watch last year's Money in the Bank?
No, I can watch it at some point, but as I said, the only pay-per-views I've been watching were Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
Oh, fair enough. With Money in the Bank, the Money in the Bank ladder match, Dean Ambrose won.
Yeah.
And then they had the match after, like the main event afterwards, which was Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. At that point, Seth Rollins was out with a leg injury.
Yeah.
And Roman was champion.
Ooh.
So Seth, that didn't go down well.
Yeah.
Seth won it.
Yeah.
But then instantly, Dean Ambrose came out, cashed the Money in the Bank by slamming it into the back of Seth Rollins' head. Cashed it in and pinned him down and became world champion.
See, I mean, Dean Ambrose is let's face it, it's turned into a wrestling podcast now. But anyway,
it might as well be the Psychosin Wrestling Podcast.
Dean Ambrose, I like him as a wrestler, but his character sometimes is a bit, I don't know, he's trying a bit too hard sometimes.
He needs to find that perfect line.
Yeah. For me, I mean, Nikki Cross has got it from NXT. She's kind of got it, but as I said, I think her with Dean Ambrose, if we can make that happen, fuck's sake, you know.
God, yeah. If you want to see Dean Ambrose at his best, watch the Extreme Rules match he done with Chris Jericho last year.
That's where he came from, though, wasn't it? ECW stuff or something like that. Oh no, I think he done ICW.
Yeah, he done ICW.
Yeah, because Dean Ambrose is a person who's a little fucked up. I know that much.
Just a tad. How Renee Young puts up with him.
Is that who he's with?
Yeah, he's with Renee Young.
Renee Young. What do I know? Renee Young. That's the announcer, isn't it, or something?
She's one of the interviewers.
Maybe he's just got a massive cock or something.
He might have.
Oh, yeah. She's the one who they can't quite get the face right in WWE games.
Yeah, I should have just said that because she got a fucking shark face in 2016. In 2K16.
It's not that much better in 2K17, to be fair.
Is it not?
But at least in 2K16, she actually has a voice in it. In this, you do the promos and there's no voice. It's just subtitles. Christ. They've got rid of the voice for some reason. Maybe they just couldn't get hold of her. But what is good about 2K17, you haven't heard yet though, if you haven't played it yet, is you no longer have to hear about people's educated feet every 5 seconds.
Oh, at last.
You get sick of everything else being said, but at least it's not the whole thing of he's putting his educated feet to good use anymore. Sake, Jesus. Some of the comments are still a bit off because I was playing it yesterday and I've got into a bit of gaming here actually. I've been playing it actually all week because you and Natalie have things to answer for putting me back into wrestling mode. But I was winning, and then the commentators were going on about, oh yeah, well he's I think he's going to lose this match. He's not doing very well, and I'd just done a fucking choke slam on my opponent. I was like, hey. Strangely enough, they almost have my full name in there as well as the announcement.
Oh really? That's pretty cool.
I've got Ron Jenkins. So they haven't got Jenkinson, but they've got Ron and Jenkins. So I've put that in.
For 2K16, they did actually have Joe Collins. It's like,
you've probably
it's not a great wrestling name.
It's better than Neville.
It's a lot better than Neville.
But 2K17. This was the point where I realised I think I hate JBL.
You're just going to go into your JBL hate.
He just doesn't sound interested at all. Ever.
No, he doesn't.
Ever. And if probably been grinding on my tits a bit more because of playing the game, but he won't shut up about the APA on 2K17.
Oh Jesus
Fucking
Christ!
Hell! Like every tag team match you have, he's like, well they've got to be great superstars. They're not a patch on the APA. Now I don't even know who the bloody hell APA are because I'm a noob to wrestling, but I'm guessing it's a tag team that he was part of or something.
Probably, yeah.
So, but it's a weird choice for a commentator.
Yeah. I've noticed as well, obviously, when so obviously commentators have their scripts on their desks,
yes,
on their tables.
Yeah.
When the camera pans to them, they're obviously told they have to try and look up.
They don't always. No, they don't always. They're quiet.
Yeah.
NXT, they catch them out quite a lot. NXT gets caught out quite a lot doing that.
Oh, God, it really does. Out of on SmackDown Live, out of everyone, JBL doesn't the most.
Yeah, but he's the one he's like Daniel Bryan with Talking Smack. He knows they can't get rid of him.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what it is. Because I have a feeling JBL probably has bought stocks in WWE. Therefore, they can't fire him because then he'll go, all right, I'll vote to sell the company.
Yeah.
So, that's purely conjecture. I don't know that for certain. But yeah, JBL just gets on my tits.
No, I've not been a fan of JBL for a long while.
No, he's not as bad as he is almost as bad actually as what's his bloody name? He was a wrestler at the beginning of NXT when NXT started. He's now
Corey
commentating.
Grace.
No, the black
Corey
dude.
Grace. Oh,
the one who can't commentate for shit.
Yeah, I know who you're on
and
about.
Everyone on the internet hates him.
That's actually really funny.
Bloody name. But yeah, it's like, you might be a good wrestler, mate, but how are you still commentating? You're awful.
Yeah.
It's a bloody name. I'm gonna have to look it up now, aren't
I can't think of his name at all.
WWE commentators are. I'll say Vince McMahon, but yeah, he was a bloody commentator. Of course he was.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah, on-air personalities. Yeah, that's funny. You're not going to list the person now, are you?
Probably not, because no one likes him.
AJ Lee was the general manager.
Wait, what?
AJ Lee was the general manager, apparently, at some point.
Fucking hell.
Back in 2012. Before, they fired, what's his name? CM Punk on his wedding day.
Yeah.
Byron bloody Saxton.
That's it.
Who they've got rid of now, by the looks of it.
Oh, thank God.
Because it says here, this is on Wikipedia, Michael Cole, Corey Graves and Byron Saxton up to April 10th this year.
Oh, okay, so it's very recent they got rid of him.
Yeah. And now it's Booker T has taken over. And Booker T, I know, can actually commentate, even though he will speak bollocks.
I mean, he was on when they was doing the pre-shows. He was on the Raw and SmackDown pre-shows for a long while.
Oh, I was gonna say, still, I thought you meant for the pay-per-views.
Oh no, they used to do it for SmackDown and Raw as well.
I think they still do on the network.
They haven't done them for a while, I don't think.
Haven't they?
Let's look.
I think they do. But yeah, it's now Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Booker T, which is
okay.
Thank fuck, because it was Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Austin Aries for a while, but then Austin left, so it's a shame because I can't understand why he left, but I would have liked to have seen Austin Aries, another person I know from TNA, get bigger.
Yeah.
Because if he had stayed until they brought Bobby Roode up, they would have had some amazing matches again.
Oh God, they really would have.
So, yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
When was the last Raw pre-show?
Unless they've got rid of them the same as Talking Smack because not enough people watching them.
Maybe. Well, okay, they've definitely taken some episodes down because apparently the last one was November in 2016, but I'm certain I've watched the pre-show after then.
Oh, I wonder why they would have taken it down. Interesting.
What about the SmackDown pre-shows?
No idea.
I'm going to have a quick look on those. Again, November last year.
Obviously something's happened. Maybe there's someone who's involved in both of them that they're having to edit out.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, we went through SummerSlam. NXT TakeOver predictions.
Ah, yes.
Now.
Right, one second. I need a really quick pee break.
Oh, right. Fair.
I've been holding it for a while, but I'm jiggling so much now.
Well, while you do that, I'll let people know about the bloody awful film I watched this week. It's called Zombiesaurus.
Oh, now I kind of want to stay, but I can't. Right. I'll be as quick as I can, dude.
And now, while Joe is off, we may keep a mic on him. You may hear the sounds of water. It's not actually water, it's just him kind of emptying his bladder, as it were. What worries me is he said he needed to go to the loo, but he didn't say he was going to the toilet. Now, hopefully this doesn't mean that he's going to be pissing into a bottle or in the shower. He did say to me earlier that he was going to jump in the shower, then assemble it. So apparently he was going to assemble the shower after he was in the shower because he's a bit backwards. Now, for those who are wondering, hopefully next week we'll have Natalie back on the podcast. For those of you who aren't into wrestling, I do apologise if this podcast has bored you somewhat. Maybe the banter's helping you get through it. Hopefully you're enjoying some of this. Hopefully you're enjoying these podcasts. I'm doing my best to try and keep them entertaining. Music-wise, usually we would have a lot more music sort of talk on here, but honestly, not that much news has happened in music this week. I apologise to those who've been coming to my channel expecting videos and all that. I've been busy trying to find a job this week, as I am every week. Also sorting a few other things out. The gaming videos will be coming back soon. The reviews are coming back soon, so I'm a bit behind on them. Along with, I might be starting a B-movie, like horror film review section. Depends if I can get some people to do it with me. We'll see. Depends when I can get that happening as well. Also, you can catch my radio show every Sunday live on www.thatmetalstation.com from 9 AM EST, 2 PM GMT every Sunday, where I play everything from unsigned bands and signed bands from metal, rock, grunge, industrial, goth, EBM, industrial, blah blah blah. I hear Joe has returned.
I have returned.
Hopefully, as I said, he did piss in the toilet and didn't just go and piss on someone's bed.
No promises.
In other words, yes, he did.
Maybe the toilet is someone's bed.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
There you go.
Now, the good news is, I didn't go into Zombiesaurus. I filled in.
Okay.
Didn't go into that, so I'll get onto that in a bit. But we'll do the wrestling bit a bit more first. The predictions for NXT TakeOver 3, TakeOver Brooklyn. The first match is Johnny Wrestling, or Johnny Gargano as he's otherwise known, versus, and I'm going to completely cock up the pronunciation of this, Andrade Cien Almas.
That is how you pronounce it.
Right. As you are aware, Andrade, if you've been following NXT, has suddenly got a new kind of manager woman.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, not much more has been revealed this week about that either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the first match. Who are you picking on that one?
I'm not too sure. Well, I will say up until he got the new manager woman, I did find Andrade quite boring.
Right.
I just didn't think he had much going with him.
See, I can't say much because you've not seen this week's. But
yeah. So I can't.
She has, when you watch it, the match she has on the week just gone that you get to watch, he has become a bit more aggressive.
Right. Okay.
So you might enjoy him a bit more.
Okay. Cool.
He might. I think he actually has the match with. Oh no, he has the match with No Way Jose.
Oh no, that was that was the episode I just watched, last week's one.
What, the one-on-one match with No Way Jose?
Yeah. Unless did he have a rematch? Like this week?
I think if I've got him mixed up now. No, I'm sure that No Way Jose thing was this week.
No, that was last week.
Me
and Nat watched that one last night.
Are you sure that was last week and you haven't just watched this week's without realising?
Oh, let me check the WWE Network now.
So I've just thought, because that would have gone up on Wednesday, which would have been... I mean, you've had 2 days.
Yeah, let me have a look, see what one I actually watched.
Because I'm pretty sure last week was when No Way Jose had a match against someone else, and Andrade come in, beat the person in the ring a bit more, and then he offered out No Way Jose.
No, it was last week the match against No Way Jose. It says it's not says I've watched this week's one at all.
Oh, maybe I'm getting it mixed up because because I'm watching more than one every night.
Yeah. But yeah, I will say from that match with No Way Jose, he was a lot more
aggressive,
interesting. But
yeah.
I don't know if that was him or them two working well together.
Possibly,
but more that one. But I do really like Johnny Wrestling.
I've not seen enough of him yet to really form an opinion. Same with Andrade, I've only seen him those 2 matches. So,
yeah. I mean, his debut match was for me, it was a bit boring.
What, you talking about his debut solo match?
Yeah, that was at takeover last year as well, actually.
See, the funniest thing, something I've got to say with WWE, they've got to, especially with NXT, they've got to stop making it obvious that it's going to be a squash match.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's the guy you all love versus someone you've never heard of. Who's going to win?
Yeah, I know. They get some guy who's still doing independence.
Yeah.
Give him a bit of money, and then.
The only one that wasn't like that was the.
Are you going to mention James Ellsworth?
No, I've never seen James Ellsworth. No, there's two people on NXT actually. The London guy.
Yeah.
He done well. And there was someone else who come in who actually got a proper reaction from the crowd, even though it was his first time on NXT.
Yeah.
So he was well respected from the indie scene. That must have been on the last one you watched, actually.
Probably, yeah.
I can't remember his name now.
Yeah,
but,
I know what you're on about.
Yeah, yeah. He got a proper good reaction. I was like, hang on, this doesn't usually happen. Because I was expecting it to be a squash match. And then, yeah, I think he almost won. I'm not sure. But yeah, the other things, it's like Lady to Pain. I only know her because she turned up on TNA for a short while.
Yeah.
But when she turned up, it was like, oh yeah, you're against. I think she was against the tattooed punk woman.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, you're losing. It's a squash match. You're losing. So yeah. But yeah, out of Gargano Andrade, who are you going for?
Oh, probably. I'm gonna give it to Johnny.
See, I'm gonna go Andrade because what I think is gonna happen is one of two things. Either Gargano's gonna get distracted by Andrade's manager type woman.
Yeah.
Or in the middle of the match, his ex tag team partner will come out.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then he'll go to the side of the ring, start arguing, or go for his ex tag team partner. Andrade will come behind, rolling up in the schoolboy pin and pin him.
Yeah.
So, or I just know WWE booking too well to know that's going to happen.
It could be that one.
Especially with it being a pay-per-view. There's got to be some sort of surprise somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah, of course there is.
Next one's Aleister Black and Hideo Itami.
Ooh.
Considering how Hideo's gone over the last few weeks.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to Aleister Black on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. Because he's getting a strange yet better reaction than Itami right now.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And, well, for anyone to have a better reaction than Itami on NXT is impressive.
Really? I'll be honest, so far, everything I've seen with Itami, I don't think he's that great.
He's not, but the crowd seem to love him.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, if you look at crowd reactions.
Fair enough. I mean, the reason I'm getting it to Black as well is because it's one match. I know it weren't this week. It's one of the ones you would have seen where literally he beat the crap out of threw someone out the ring or something, or threw him at the side, and then still after he'd rolled over him, just went back into his cross-legged lotus position in the middle of the ring. It's like that is the right amount of arrogance.
That is.
The way he done it, and it's just like he knows he's going to be. I think maybe he knows he's going to be taken up at some point soon.
Yeah.
So.
Which he's got to.
Yeah. What would also help with Aleister Black and Bobby Roode, the thing that Bobby Roode spins on Aleister Black comes up on, they really need to check that they're working properly.
Yeah, they do.
Because I've noticed a few stumbles with Bobby Roode turning round. And Aleister Black, there's been 1 or 2 points, like matches where it's come up, got about a third of the way, and then stuttered a little bit.
Oh, bloody hell.
And it's like, yeah, that's we weren't meant to see that, were we? up next for the Tag Team Championship is Authors of Pain versus Sanity.
Right. I've not seen enough of Sanity, I'm going to be honest.
Right. Have you seen much of Authors of Pain, though?
Yeah.
See, I'm going to give this to Sanity.
Even though I've not seen much of them, I'm going to as well, because Authors of Pain have had it for a while.
There's that. Sanity has 4 members.
And yeah, there's also that.
So it'll be due to some kind of interference from Nikki.
Yep.
Or, I don't know, also Sanity seemed, strangely enough, I've noticed NXT seem to like the heels more.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
So I think Sanity definitely get a better reaction than Authors of Pain. Also, I've seen people wearing Sanity shirts. Haven't seen any Authors of Pain shirts in the crowd.
I don't even think they exist.
Really?
I'm not too sure.
You know. Next one is the one that I'm mainly interested in, actually. Asuka and Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship.
I'm giving it to Ember Moon.
Yeah.
Hands down. Hands down.
Ember Moon and Asuka will turn up over the next month on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, in one way or another.
Did she have any like small storylines with the 4 women of the Apocalypse from NXT before they moved up?
I don't think she did, actually. Not that I can remember.
I was going to say, so I wonder if she's going to come into it and maybe start a feud with Charlotte.
Yeah. I mean, Asuka and Bayley had a bit of a feud. I know Bayley's out for a while now, but...
That was probably the original plan as well.
Yeah, to continue that feud.
That's weird. Why Asuka and Bayley?
I think because it was just like the whole I want the championship, but I hold the championship, but I want the championship kind of feud.
Oh, right.
It was like more like friendly competition.
You'll say because neither of them come across particularly heel. Well, Bayley blatantly isn't a heel.
No, not at all.
Although they were trying to go that way before she injured herself. I'd heard about that.
Yeah, which is not Bayley's character.
No, I can't imagine she was particularly happy about it.
Probably not.
So yeah, and Ember Moon, I'm going with Ember Moon.
Yeah, definitely. That, and I imagine the plan would be to bump Asuka up, but she obviously can't get bumped up if she's NXT champion.
Yeah, I've also got a feeling that that's got to be one of the longer matches on the card.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be won by Ember Moon with an Eclipse.
Yes.
So it'll be very much a what's his name? It'll be very much a Randy Orton. It'll be an Eclipse out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it'll be like Asuka will hit her. I don't know her finishing move actually. I don't think she's done it yet while I've been watching.
Oh, I can't remember what her finishing move is.
I've only seen her do that Iron Woman match.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't hit it in that. Saying that, Nikki Moon didn't hit her, so... I think
Ember Moon's got to have that match.
Yeah, and then Ember Moon will by 2018 or at the beginning of 2018, Ember Moon will be moved up. Yeah, she continues on the same form because she is definitely one of the best wrestlers in NXT, male or female, right now.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
The only thing that she might have going against her is, again, this would be Vince McMahon logic. Hopefully Triple H can get round it. Is because Ember Moon has a slight bit of a belly. Yeah. Which is kind of the killer in old school WWE. If you had that, you're not coming up. It still bothers me where I've seen her, because I bet you it's going to end up being like she used to be an actress or something. But anyway.
Yeah.
And the last match of the night, which will probably go for a while, is Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre. That's a tough one.
That is a really tough one.
Because Bobby Roode is... Well, there's possibility of shenanigans from both sides.
Yeah.
Because Drew McIntyre might not do anything, but doesn't mean that Roderick Strong's not going to run in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is a really tough one to call. Oof.
But, again, we're going on the whole idea of, is it now time for Bobby Roode to be moved up?
Yeah.
Because as you said earlier, Drew McIntyre could now be the face of NXT.
Yeah, which I think, by the looks of it, from what I've seen, obviously I'm not fully up to date.
Yeah.
What I've seen is what they're trying to push.
Right.
And then, because obviously, I mean, Bobby's done a fantastic job of being, well, Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
But in some respects, it kind of has turned into like the Bobby Roode show.
Yeah, but that's because he's got the most epic entrance music.
Yeah, true.
Him first, and then Velveteen Dream second.
Yeah.
So, and Sanity, I've noticed Sanity have had to change their theme music a little bit. It's a very subtle change, but you would have heard it already. It's gone from being the bass as the main instrument on it to being guitar now. I'm wondering if that's because it sounded way too much like Primus.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because the first time I heard them, I was listening, I was like, that's fucking Primus. Like, literally, it sounds exactly like Mr. Crinkle by Primus. It's virtually the same riff. I can only imagine maybe the record label got in contact and went, hang on, pay us royalties, or you know. Going back to the Sanity and Authors of Pain, yeah, I'm definitely back in Sanity now, because the two members of Sanity actually going to be wrestling is Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. So they've got their biggest bloke.
Oh, so yeah, Sanity will probably win that one.
Yeah. And Nikki Cross, it has been confirmed that Nikki Cross and Eric Young will both be at ringside.
Sanity are winning.
Yeah.
They have to.
The way they've written it here is after Sanity suffered so many losses with zero titles to show for it, Wolf and Dane can change the group's narrative in a big way here. So I'm with that.
Yeah. God, I'm still trying to think who could win.
Roode and McIntyre.
Yeah.
It's hard because unless you know WWE's thinking, we don't know if Roode's finally been taken back up.
Yeah.
Because he might end up being the replacement for Austin Aries going.
He could be.
So. I didn't realise that Roode had beaten Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
You know.
I can't think of who would win. Obviously, if Roode's getting bumped up, then McIntyre wins.
Yeah.
But if we're not going on that, it's fucking difficult.
I'm gonna go with McIntyre.
Fair enough.
Because he's gone away, he's improved his game, and he's come back again. This would be seen as Drew McIntyre's redemption for NXT.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
So.
And if it does, as I said, like it looks like they are trying to push him to be the new face of NXT, so maybe.
Yeah.
They will give it to Drew McIntyre.
I also think he's got a bit of a height advantage on Roode.
Just a tad.
Yeah. Which means we would have. Bloody hell. That means the face of TNA would be English. Or Scottish.
Oh my god.
I know. Are they prepared for that?
I don't think so.
But then again, because NXT isn't like as big a thing as it should be, or as big as SmackDown or Raw, it doesn't matter as much. It's probably why they've let Asuka be women's champion.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yes. Dear. Mental. But yeah, I suppose. Oh, another thing. Apparently Paige has said she's hoping to be back on WWE soon.
I remember reading about that.
Yeah. Now, what do you reckon? Return at SummerSlam?
Possibly. If she says she's coming back soon, maybe a surprise appearance at SummerSlam.
And hopefully away from Alberto Del Rio and single again. Anyway.
Yeah, hopefully.
Now, I mentioned it earlier. We'll round out the podcast with this. The awful film. The awful film.
Can't wait. Can't wait to hear all about it.
So, all due thanks to my other half for this. Cheers, Chelsea. She bought a film called Zombiesaurus. Now, me and Chelsea, we've been mates for a while. We've been on and off as like a couple. We're back together now. And basically, we both like really, really... Well, say like... We enjoy watching really, really low-budget films. Like, really low-budget horror films and that.
Yeah.
She likes shark films like Sharknado and that. I just like low-budget films because my taste is crap, apparently.
Don't worry, dude, I'm exactly the same. I'll happily watch Birdemic in the room.
I've never seen Birdemic. I do need to, but this is probably on about a level as Birdemic. This was called Zombiesaurus. Now, if you know anything about B movies, there's a good way to tell if a film's going to be utter pants. Two good ways. One is the cover. The front cover will promise more than will actually happen in the film. This is true because it shows a zombie Tyrannosaurus Rex on the cover terrorising a city.
I guess that never happens.
I'll get to that. And reason two, you know, a film's really, really bad is there's no screenshots from the film on the back.
Oh, one of those ones.
Oh, yes.
It's not made by the Asylum, is it?
No, this was the surprising thing. This film was made this year. It was released this year. And it is not Asylum. The reason I say it's not Asylum, apart from it's not Asylum, is that Asylum make better movies than this.
No way.
Yeah. This film purported to have a plot. Basically, a scientist has a serum that can bring dead things back to life.
Right.
He gets fired from a university, and he then gets run over, and he's living in a bunker by himself in the middle of the desert. You've got 5 commandos who are on their way at the beginning of the film to the desert, through the desert, with some of the most Oscar-worthy acting you will ever see. One of them is actually a UFC fighter, female UFC fighter. Can't remember her name. You've got the winner of some ninja competition that America threw, and you've also got a strong enough winner or something he's called. And this guy, they literally have made him to look like Duke Nukem. The hair, the sunglasses, everything. He looks like Duke Nukem.
Wow.
He looks like Duke Nukem so bad that the nerdy girl in it literally turns round to him at one point, asks him his name, and he says, "My name's Duke," and she starts laughing and says, "Really? Your name's Duke? Because you look exactly like Duke Nukem." Anyway.
That tickled me a bit. That one.
Don't. It gets better. The commando's going off. Behind them is a car full of your typical jock, and I do mean typical 90s jock football player. His girlfriend, who's acting is on a level of someone who failed to even get into fucking Hollyoaks.
Jesus.
The nerdy girl, who's actually alright, an actress to be honest with you, and the nerdy guy, who basically looks like you without a beard, Joe, to be fair.
So he looks about 12.
Yeah. The two nerds are potheads, because of course they are.
Right.
Their car breaks, a meteor strikes the earth, causing an EMP blackout. The cars stop. So the commandos make their way over to where the bunker is, because that's where their mission is, and this group of people go to there. They get trapped in there because evil scientist closes the door with some of the most incredibly top quality CGI you've ever seen. Anyway, basically, if you remember the TV show Nightmare from the UK,
right? Yeah.
That quality CGI.
Oh.
At which point they actually shoot down the door, and it is so hilariously bad. But anyway, they get stuck in there, and this is the point where all semblance of plot disappears.
Okay.
Like, literally, there is no more plot. The film turns into, basically, you might as well be playing an old school Resident Evil game.
Bloody hell.
Or, well, Dino Crisis, I suppose, be a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this box comes down, giant container comes down. The commandos are looking through. They hit an alarm, things get locked, and one of them wanders off, and the box opens, and the T-Rex comes out.
Okay.
The T-Rex that is literally only about 6 foot tall. It's not CGI. It is a model, like a puppet.
No.
And it kills one of the men, but because it's bitten him, he gets infected with the zombie virus.
Oh, Jesus.
So he comes back to life, starts wandering with holes. Duke, Mr. Nukem, as it were, Duke and the rest of the commandos are walking along. They bump into the geeky people, and they're walking along together. Bump into the 6 foot tall T-Rex. It might be shorter than that, to be honest with you. It's at this point that I realised the special effects were on par with Red Dwarf. In fact, I think Red Dwarf has better special effects. Now, before people think I'm banging on Red Dwarf, I'm not. Red Dwarf, I fucking love Red Dwarf. But Red Dwarf is made for TV. Red Dwarf is known to have a low budget. That's what makes it so charming. It's not meant to be a serious film. Anyway, they bump into this T-Rex. This is when the whole "your name's Duke and you look like Duke Nukem" thing comes up.
Right.
So that happens. Duke takes his jacket off, says, "I'll handle this," seeing the dinosaur, the 6 foot tall T-Rex, puts his guns down to the side, and proceeds to box the dinosaur.
Oh, fucking hell.
He punches the T-Rex to death. He knocks its teeth out, and then picks all his weapons up and goes, "That wasn't so hard." And he continued wandering through the corridors. Anyway, then shit happens. The girlfriend dies. The jock gets killed because the T-Rex comes back to life because Zombiesaurus bites him in half, if I remember rightly. As I said, it's a Res Evil game without the charm or the plot.
Evil 6.
Yeah, basically. Except I'd rather watch this than Resident Evil 6. And then at some point, Duke gets infected. I don't think it actually gets shown how he gets infected. I think he got scratched by the T-Rex during the boxing match.
Right.
And I can't believe I'm trying to remember this. I only watched it last night. It's even worse.
Oh my God.
He gets infected. He becomes a zombie. Starts attacking everyone else. Kills some people. The geeky guy dies. The 3 survivors are the black commando, the UFC fighter, and the geeky girl. They find a Humvee with a massive gun on the back. Duke stands in front of them, manages to stop the car.
Right.
So they blow him apart with the massive cannon on the back. Bear in mind, the UFC fighter she very, very wisely took the option of only having about 3 lines in the entire film.
Right, okay.
You would reckon she looked very familiar to me, so I don't know where I've seen her, because I don't actually watch UFC, but I've definitely seen her in something else.
Yeah.
Then the dinosaur comes back. They blow the crap out the dinosaur, so the dinosaur never reaches the city. That's a lie. They escape, and then it turns out they're all infected. Film ends. However, you get the credits.
Oh, is there credits mid-roll?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep. Oh god.
Just
Bear in mind, the film was originally called Z-Rex, the Jurassic Dead.
Oh Jesus.
Also bear in mind, the T-Rex is only in it 3 times. Film's only an hour and 10 minutes long. And mid-roll is the Black Commando being interviewed about his book. It's about all this happening. Which is weird because according to like the EMP blast and everything, everyone should be infected by the zombie virus and have died. So I don't know how there's still the news and all that. But anyway, that doesn't get explained.
Of course.
He gets interviewed, he takes his glasses off and his thing and says, "This is an infection," and then he bites the newscaster. She's a zombie now. Film ends, and oh god, it was awful. It's an hour and 10 minutes, and it felt like forever. It's not even so bad, it's good. All you need to look up is the bloke who plays Duke to see how much he looks like Duke Nukem.
Oh, I'm going to look it up. I'll try and Google it.
The Zombiesaurus, just put Zombiesaurus and Duke. Right. And you'll see they've done it on purpose. They have really done it on purpose.
Oh, fucking hell, you're not kidding, are you?
No. Google it, people. Google it for yourselves.
It does look identical to Duke Nukem.
And just to make sure that you knew the 2 geeky people were geeks, they keep referencing games like I think they reference Half-Life at one point, and they definitely reference Metal Gear Solid along with Duke Nukem. So, yeah, you should look up the dinosaur as well, the T-Rex.
I've just found a picture. Oh my god!
That's what I mean. It's about 5-6 foot tall.
Yeah.
I don't know if YouTube will have it, but if you can find, if people listening to this can find the clip of Duke punching the T-Rex, do it. It's shakes hands. Glorious. It's the best part of the film. Is that. Because the rest of the film's utter. I mean, it really is.
The entire film is on YouTube.
I can't even recommend watching the entire film on YouTube. It's fucking awful.
So just watch the scene where he punches.
Yeah.
Where he beats up a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's all you need to see. The rest of the film. If you really want to be bored for an hour and 10 minutes, watch the whole film. But good God, it was bad. But it did give me the idea that maybe, since I like watching these awful films, maybe I should start a new series on my YouTube channel where I review these films. So I'm tempted to. Although I would need someone else to do it with, because I don't think I could make it entertaining with just myself speaking about these films. So yeah,
I'll happily do it with you.
Yeah,
I love low budget movies.
It's I was hoping it would be fun at the very least, and it failed. It failed miserably.
Oh, you're gonna fucking love Birdemic then.
I've heard, yeah, but Birdemic is at least laughable. This is laughable for one scene. That's
true.
And it shocked me that it wasn't Asylum. It actually shocked me that it wasn't made by Asylum.
Yeah.
But I think the script and the entire film was made this year.
Holy shit.
Zombiesaurus. So, I mean, Asylum has a 6-month turnaround, but they have entertaining ideas. Zombiesaurus had an entertaining idea and then forgot about it. So, yeah. Not one I'd recommend. Not one I'd recommend. I like Rubber, but anyway.
I fucking love Rubber.
I do, but not enough people seen it. And when you try to explain it to them, they just give you sort of cock their head to the side and go, "What?"
It's actually a really good film.
Yeah, it is. For those who don't know what Rubber is, it's not even a B movie as such, is it?
No, not really. It's literally a film about a sentient tyre that murders people.
Yeah, named Robert.
Named Robert. It's a slasher movie with a tyre.
Yeah. And they kind of make it work.
Yeah, it's weird, and I love it.
So that was my last terrible B movie that I watched. What was yours?
Oh God, what was mine? I've got a list somewhere. I don't know why I've got a list.
Probably say Zombie Saws. It was that bad that you forgot about it.
Probably was. Let's be honest. Right.
Oh, have you got round to watching Yakuza Apocalypse yet?
No, not yet.
That you just need to see for the balls out ending. It
Right,
does drag on a bit, but some like you will try it. You'll watch it. You'll be watching. It'll be like nothing's going on. Then you'll get to the end, wonder what the hell went on, and then after you finish the film, you'll sit down with Natalie, be talking for 10 minutes, and then your brain will click, and you'll just look at each other and go, "Wait a minute, how did we get from that to that in that film? When did it switch?"
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to me with Yakuza Apocalypse. Films I can recommend while you're looking up your list. Vampire Girl vs Frankenstein Girl, The Machine Girl, and Tokyo Gore Police, all done by the same director. They're Japanese films. They're ridiculously over the top gory, and they're not serious at all, but they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Vampire Girl vs Frankenstein Girl literally bills itself as something like how Twilight should have been.
Right.
And it's got one of the most goth type statements I've ever heard in it. The vampire girl says something like, what was it? I've got to look it up now. Something like the sun's too bright and I don't like people. Or something like that. Got to look it up now.
There's one that's in my watch list, and I need to watch it again because of the name, because I don't remember much of it. It's called Turks in Space.
Right.
I don't know if it might be that. I don't know if it might be that Turkish Star Wars, but probably not.
Turkish Star. I don't know.
It's not the film's like Turkish Star Wars. It's not actually called Turkish Star Wars, but there is a Turkish movie that's like a sci-fi.
Yeah.
I think came out not that long after Star Wars.
Right.
But they just blatantly have clips taken from Star Wars just shoved in there, and it doesn't fit at all. It's just there's two people fighting, and then there's like a TIE fighter.
Yeah, I have heard about this before. I can't find this bleeding clip.
I don't know if this counts because it did technically have a high budget, but have you seen Food Fight? It's an animated movie.
Oh, good God. What, the film that all the voice actors wanted to pull out of before it got released?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen it, but I've seen the Nostalgia Critic review.
Yeah. That's what...
You actually watched it?
Yeah.
Why? Why did you do this to yourself?
Morbid curiosity.
Christ almighty.
Do you want a tip for life?
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. I do think most of their budget was probably Charlie Sheen's coke addiction.
Probably. I can't find the thing now. But it's something like there it is. Yeah, the most goth thing from Vampire Girl vs Frankenstein Girl is she comes out with, like, she's laying in bed and she turns around and goes, "I don't want to go out because the weather's too nice and the sun's too bright." And it's just like, yes, yeah, fair enough. If you go watch Tokyo Gore Police, you probably want to have a strong stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
right.
It's interesting. Let's just say that. A lot of it's kind of like a real live action manga in how over the top it is.
Right. Okay.
There's a man who, his head kind of gets chopped off and his brain's constantly out, and yeah.
Right.
So.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing.
Go on.
It's either in Tokyo Gore Police or it's in Vampire Girl versus. No, I think it's in Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl. There's two other things I've remembered, and one of them I can't believe was a proper fashion style that was allowed in Japan or anywhere. But the first thing is there is a clique of 3 girls in it who are about suicide. Or they're entering the they're entering the wrist cutting contest.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. And you see it happen. And the girl who wins, she wins by literally cutting her hand off.
Wow.
Yeah. Still got released in the UK.
Bloody hell.
And the other thing is, I can't believe I'm going to say this. There are a clique of girls who want to be black and therefore wear blackface, get their lips done to be fuller. And I mean ridiculously, racistly fuller. And keep going on about how black women and black people in general are the coolest people in the world and how they want to be black.
Right.
It is borderline full-on racism. And if it wasn't Japan, no one would have fucking got away with it. It is.
God.
The fact that I couldn't remember it just now shows how much I wanted to scrub it from my memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can get past those and just accept it as a bad taste film, because it is a bad taste film, you'll get on with it. You'll get on with it. But, it's but the bloodletting in Tokyo Gore Police and that, it's very much a case of you chop someone's arm off and massive sprays of blood will come out and everything. So
I've finally found out which was the last one that I watched.
Oh, go on then.
Right. I assume you've heard of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, I've never seen it though. I have never seen it.
It's what it is. It's fucking Killer Tomatoes, right? Did you know there was one called Attack of the Killer Donuts?
No, but I do know there was a 50s film called Attack of the Flying Biscuits.
Yeah.
So,
Attack of the Killer Donuts was released last year. And
you know, was it Asylum?
Was that?
Was it Asylum?
Oh, let's find out. It might have been. Oh, let's try and find out. It doesn't say.
What is all this? That's not Tokyo Gore Police. Gedron's Peak movie review. Oh, that looks interesting. Anyway,
well, it must be Asylum related movies. Avalanche Sharks.
Oh God.
It's got to be Asylum.
Yeah. Well, on that note, Joe, thanks for joining us for the podcast tonight, mate.
No worries. Thanks for having me again.
I'm
pretty much a regular now at this rate.
Yeah, I've just got to bring this to a close because we're almost hitting 4 hours. So, well done to you for listening to all this. It will be in 2 parts, but still, well done to you for listening to all this. Hopefully you enjoyed it, even if you're not into wrestling. Hopefully you enjoyed us going off on something, because we almost say like we knew what we were talking about for once, which is
remarkable.
A rarity, I would say.
Yeah.
We will be back next week with a Natalie in tow, hopefully, and feel free to tune in on Sunday for my radio show, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.